Hey, a good morning to you. Welcome to Championship Mode Collective. Today, we're going to be talking all things consulting. It's been a minute since we've been here on Consulting Diaries, but today, this is the first episode in a series of 5 where we deep dive into a day in the life of a PwC consultant. And today, we're starting with morning prep. Basically, how to get through your morning prep as a consultant. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, first things first, evening prep, right? I'm not gonna get into too much of it because it's the next video in this episode. You can also click the link on the top right. But basically, there are some things that we do before we actually get to morning prep. So I'll leave that to the evening prep video. Moving right along to step number 2, my morning workout routine. So depending on who you are, you have some form of physical workout routine. And if you don't, it's important to have one, right? It's a slow transition into your day. You wake up, you do some stuff that you need to do to prep. You get to your morning physical workout routine, if that's running, jogging, going to the gym, or just doing a home workout, right? I start with a home workout. It really just sets me nicely for the day, and I'm able to meditate, do a 10-minute meditation stretch at the end. So it just eases me into my day quite nicely. Step number 3, calendar check. Got the laptop here. Now, with calendar check, it's simple, right? You basically just go through your calendar to make sure that your day is still valid, right? If your day is still valid, you check your emails to see if there are any emergencies, if any priorities have shifted, if your boss needs something, or if a team member needs something, right? If there are any cases, obviously you just have to sort that out before you get to your day. And sometimes it's literally smooth sailing from the beginning. You can literally get into your day, right? So calendar check is important. What I also like to do is I have a personal calendar on my phone. So I just make sure that on the personal side, I do what I need to do. And then we've already checked the work side. So we make sure as we go through the day, we take the things that we need to do. So calendar check, simple, but very effective. Step number 4, transitioning away from your day before you get into your day. Sounds counterintuitive, but this is pretty much where breakfast comes in. Running through your social media, checking in on your messages, checking in on your people, any of those small admins you need to do that doesn't distract you fully from your day, right? So right now, I'm gonna head over, have breakfast. So yeah, come with me. All right, let's have some breakfast. So I really like breakfast. Like I said, it's kind of like that light distraction before you start your day. And also it's nutritious, right? Gives you that morning energy boost that you need to stay awake, to start your brain firing on all cylinders. Some people like to skip breakfast. That's okay. It's all about being personal. Do whatever makes sense to you. Okay, got my breakfast. I like the breakfast thing. Some people don't like the breakfast thing. Some people like scrolling through their socials. Some people like responding to their DMs. But just a few minutes to just distract yourself before you get into your day. I think that's really important so that your mind doesn't always kind of like ping back to, oh snap, I didn't do this, oh snap, I didn't do that. You know, and you kind of like have what I like to call a false start, where you start your day and then you have to go back and do personal admin. So really just helps you before you get into your actual day. Moving along, step number 5. One of my favorite parts of my morning prep is transitioning into my day, right? And this basically involves 2 things. Getting fresh air into your lungs, into your brain, just to wake you up even more, just to prime you, and just meditating in the day, right? I did the long meditation during the workout, and so just before I transition, it's kind of like a light meditation. What are the quick wins that I need to get out of today? What is the one main thing I need to get out of today? Are there any emergencies? We check calendar check, right? There's also a good time to start to shift your day if there are emergencies that you have to take care of, right? So never skip it. Never skip a chance to get fresh air into your lungs. And in a nutshell, that is pretty much it in terms of the morning prep, right? But like you're pretty much wondering, does it change if you're traveling to the client? Does it change if you're working at home? I'm working from home today. Does it change if you're going into the office? And yes, it does, right? We're gonna do a quick run through, but again, the steps mainly remain the same, right? So I'm gonna address in much deeper dives the traveling to a client, working remotely, working from office in the later episodes of this series, but let's run through a couple of scenarios. Now, let's run through a couple of scenarios, right? Working remotely. I'm working remotely today, so pretty much woke up at a decent time, which is 6. Did my workout. After the workout, jumped into the shower. After that, I literally start doing my prep, right? Making sure my calendar and day is aligned, getting breakfast into the system, as you can see, and then we finally getting some air into our lungs, right? So the working remotely is pretty much straightforward, right? We get to it. Now, working from office is a bit different and involves some evening prep, right? I prep my meals the night before, so when I wake up, I do my workouts, right? We don't skip the workouts. I do the workouts. After that, put our meal in our bags, and then we're out of the door. So I walk to the Gautrain station, and then from the Gautrain station, I take the train to Midrand, and then I take the Gautrain bus to PwC Waterfall office. So that period gives me a chance to think about my day, to meditate about what I want to get out of the day, to get air into my lungs. And then when I get to the office, I have breakfast and then I do my calendar check. So you see a few of the tasks are kind of like switched out, but we get to the same point, right? We get through the same tasks to the point where you're ready to start your day, right? And so that's the cool thing about morning prep, right? It doesn't matter what your schedule is. You know, maybe you're looking after a child or like you don't live alone. I mean, if I think about it, my mom and sister have a prep, right? They wake up at 5:30, by 6:15, they're out of the house going to school, right? So you can make it work for you. You just need to dedicate to a routine. Now, I haven't touched on the travel aspect. And look, that is part of the coolest things about being a PwC consultant, right? And I'm not gonna give anything away. You gotta stay here in this series. Next up in the series is evening prep. Stay tuned, and as always, stay in championship mode.